For a small kid, a doll is more than just his or her toy. It's their friend, their sibling, someone of their own. But stories also tell that dolls take life of their own. Literally, they became possessed with departed souls or demonic spirits. We have all seen the movies that feature scary toys, especially dolls like this. Though all those movies and stories are not right, but some are not just plain weird, they have a horrific history behind them, which makes them so negative that they are no longer just a toy for nurseries and playrooms. So, these are the top 5 most haunted dolls in the world. So, grab your headphones, hit the lights off, sit back, and enjoy. A porcelain doll named Mandy is said to be one of the most haunted dolls in the entire world. This baby doll was made in England or Germany between 1910 and 1920 and was donated to the Quiznell Museum in British Columbia in 1991. Mandy's donor said that she would hear crying in the middle of the night coming from the basement, and after giving Mandy to the museum, the crying stopped in the former owner's home. But strange occurrences continued as Mandy took up her new residence at the museum. Footsteps are heard when no one is around. Things like pencils, books, and even employees' lunches always appear to be in different spots from where they were placed. Museums say that she couldn't be encased with other dolls because she had a tendency to harm them. So she is now kept in a completely different location inside a glass box. But till date, visitors say that her eyes will blink or follow you wherever you walk. And sometimes cameras start to malfunction near Mandy, but would suddenly start to work if the camera is faced somewhere else other than the doll. Juliet belongs to a single family for more than 4 generations. A woman named Anna is the current owner and mother to the little baby doll named Juliet. The doll was actually gifted as a pregnancy gift to Anna's then pregnant great grandmother by her friend, and it is said that this friend was very jealous of her. But there is no perfect documentation or evidence to support why she was so jealous. Soon after, her great grandmother gave birth to a boy, but the boy died on the third day. Then she started to hear giggles and inhuman screams coming from the doll at night. This baby cry sounded exactly similar to her dead son. After these series of occurrences, she soon understood that somehow her son's spirit is trapped inside the doll. Now, for 4 generations, the women in Anna's family have been cursed to keep up a cruel tradition. Each daughter gives birth to 2 children, a boy and a girl. In each case, the son mysteriously dies on the third day of life. Till date, the family claims the cries of different infants can be heard, making the doll appear to be the vessel for all the baby boys lost over the years. This is supposedly the most haunted and most popular doll in the world. The antique doll had been bought as a present by a mother for her daughter Donna in 1970. Donna was a nursing student at that time. She lived in a small apartment with her friend Angie. She kept the doll on her bed, and after a few days, weird things started happening. The doll seemingly had the ability to move on its own. Sometimes the girl would come home to find the doll in a different room from where they had left her, even finding her sat cross-legged on the couch with its arm folded. Sometimes after this, the girls would come home to find handwritten notes written in a crude child's writing. The message read, "Help us." Within a few days, more strange occurrences happened, namely, blood started to appear on the doll. The girls called for a seance where they were acquainted with a spirit girl named Annabella Higgins, a 7-year-old girl who had been found murdered. Annabella moved into the doll so she could have some female company, and once they heard Annabelle's story, the girl agreed that the spirit could stay in the doll and in their apartment. But soon they realized that this was the worst decision of their life, at least for one of their close friends named Lou. Lou had told the girls over and over again to ditch the doll. One evening, when Lou was in Angie's bedroom, he was attacked by an unseen force. The attack left him with 7 claw marks on his chest. Then finally, famous investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren took on the case. After looking into this, Ed and Lorraine concluded that the doll was not possessed by a spirit girl but a malevolent spirit who wanted to eventually possess a human host. According to Warrens, the demonic spirit had manipulated and preyed on the girl's emotional weaknesses and was waiting to try to possess them. The Warrens removed Annabelle from the apartment, and to this day it remains in the Warren Occult Museum in Connecticut. Annabelle still moves around on the odd occasion, and it is said that it even growls at visitors. Jean Harris is a paranormal investigator based in Shrewsbury, England, and runs an organization called Haunted Dolls, and often gets random items in the post with no prior background. Mrs. Harris uses different gadgets and experiments to piece together the puzzle surrounding them. Peggy was sent to her recently after her previous owner reported a series of terrifying nightmares. She did some minor research on the doll and uploaded some videos and pictures on the internet. Then she started to receive an influx of messages from people describing chest pain, nausea, and crippling headaches after seeing photos and videos of Peggy, who she believed to be possessed with an evil spirit. According to her research, the doll is possessed by the spirit of a woman born in 1946 in London's Holland Park who died of a chest related condition, possibly an asthma attack, and strongly dislikes clowns. Peggy supposedly can affect people's dreams, and according to one documented account, a lady was visited by Peggy in her dreams, warning her about one of her cats. The next morning, the lady found her cat very ill and he sadly died on that same day. Mrs. Harris conducted many automatic writing sessions with her in which the words star and the name David came up frequently. After one such session with Peggy, during which Mrs. Harris made notes, she left the room and returned to find that Peggy had moved the notebook high up to the joists of her ceilings. Many such different cases have been documented, and the doll is still under investigation by this paranormal research group. So let me know what you felt when you saw the pictures of Peggy, and I hope and request Peggy not to visit your dreams. Robert the doll looks innocent enough, just a handsome little boy in a sailor's outfit, but at night it comes to life and attacks children. Reportedly, the doll was given to young Eugene Otto, the son of two artists who had just moved to Key West, Florida at the end of 19th century, by a young Jamaican witch who was hired by the Ottos to be Eugene's nanny. Soon the Ottos began hearing Eugene talking to the doll in his room, and another voice would answer. A few weeks later, Eugene began screaming in the night that Robert was trying to kill him. Neighbors reported seeing the doll moving in the windows of the house. Servants in the house gave creepy reports that the doll would giggle while their backs were turned. Sometimes they saw a shadow as the doll ran across the room. When Eugene grew up, he inherited his friend's house and kept Robert the doll close by. The doll continued to terrify visitors, although Eugene seemed to have a strange connection with it. He would get angry when his wife covered up the doll or put it in the attic, saying that Robert needed a view of the street. After Eugene died in 1972, the doll haunted the new owners of the house for a few years before being placed in a museum in Key West. Till date, it is still on display, and by spending a few bucks, you can see it. And surprisingly, Robert is the only doll in my entire list that has an active Twitter account. So let me know, are you following him? So these are the 5 most haunted dolls in the world. Which one you think is the creepiest? Let me know your thoughts. And according to you, which other doll I could have featured here? So if you like this video, do subscribe and I will see you in the next video.